going on, everybody? How you doing? Man, things are shaping up to be absolutely crazy. We got Erica Kirk coming out about conspiracies. We got F-18s flying over Venezuela right now. We have tanker ships, the largest ever, that are being seized by the U.S. government coming from Venezuela. So much stuff to discuss. So we'll be doing that here today. Big shout out to everybody watching. I'm doing good, James. And Tyra. Good to see you over there on YouTube. Everybody else on YouTube, Trump One, Darla, Appalachia Badger, everybody on Pilled, and everybody on Rumble. What's up? Good to have you aboard. Hope you guys are doing just fine. We have a lot to get into. I did a little bit of trolling this morning, actually in the middle of the night. Nobody really responded to it, but it was pretty funny. But we'll get into that and much more here today. Guys, I just want everybody to know that True Reporting merch is out there. Please go ahead and do that. Grab that merch. There is a lot to get. A lot of good stuff. So if you want to get it, you know what to do. Go over to riseattireusa.com, INTL /True Reporting. So make sure that you do such a thing. I'd really appreciate it. And the 10,000 gold pills. Where are we at with that? 5,000? We have only hit that one time. So please do that here today. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. I mean it. There you go. I dropped the link over there on Pilled. You guys want to grab it, please do that. And let's go ahead and get into the news. Let's go. How are you guys doing, man? I hope you're all right. I mean it. Did you guys watch Tucker Carlson on Theo Vaughn? Anybody watch that? Go ahead and watch it. I'd appreciate it. I'm sure it was fantastic. I watched it in the middle of the night. I watched all 2.5 hours of it. It was so good. A lot of funny stuff in there. A lot of serious stuff too. But if you want to help out, you can also hit up at the Stream Donation 17 right there. Just click that with your phone and help donate to the program and keep us aboard and online. Before we get into the news, let's go ahead and take a sponsor. We love Noble Gold. Let's go. As we wrap up 2025, it's a good time to slow down and reflect on the year. If there's one thing we've all learned, it's that uncertainty isn't temporary. It's the world we live in now. Waiting for things to go back to normal, it isn't a plan, it's a gamble. For over a decade, my friends at Noble Gold Investments have helped Americans protect themselves and the people that they love by diversifying their wealth with gold and silver. Look, no one knows what 2026 will bring, but one thing is for sure. In an uncertain world, real wealth isn't digital. It's physical, it's lasting, and it's yours. So when you're sitting around the table this holiday season surrounded by family members, the best gift that you can give them isn't under the tree, it's peace of mind. And that's what Noble Gold delivers, peace of mind, 1 ounce at a time. Before the year ends, take one smart step toward a safer future. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com and get your free wealth protection kit today. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Don't leave your future to chance. That's right, guys. 877-646-5347. Hit that up today and just say, hey, True Reporting sent me. I heard about you guys. Listen, somebody just posted on YouTube right now, $61 on average. Silver on the stock market. Are you crazy? Go ahead and get it. Grab it. Go, 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 go. Do that. Oh, man, it's awesome having the worst haircut I've ever gotten. And, yeah, it sucks. I'm surprised nobody's made any jokes. Joke's on me? Go ahead, say it. I got a toupee. Thomas, your face looks fatter than ever. Come on. Where are you guys? Where are the trolls at? I miss the trolls. Where are you guys at? All right, let's go ahead and get into it. Screw it. Here we go. Is this what President Trump was referring to earlier when he said the evidence of the 2020 election will be coming out soon? This clip is from late August. Department of Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, told President Trump, and quote, Mr. President, I will be the first to brief you once we have that information collected. So that was in August. We're now in almost the second week of December, still waiting on that FF, Candace Owens. Hopefully it does not happen. But again, it is out there, so just be aware. And so we had President Trump come out and say, listen, on Politico, we covered it yesterday, saying that, listen, we have all the information collected. And it has a lot to do with Biden, has a lot to do with the auto pen, it has a lot to do with the 2020 election. So that information, he said it will be coming out in the next few months. They got to get all their ducks in a row, and this is where it started.
And you've also found many bags of information. I think they call them burn bags. They're supposed to be burned, and they didn't get burned, having to do with how corrupt the 2020 election was. And when will that all come out?
Mr. President, I will be the first to brief you once we have that information collected. But you're right, we are finding documents literally tucked away in the back of safes in random offices in these bags and in other areas, which again speaks to the intent of those who are trying to hide the truth from the American people and trying to cover up the politicization that was led by people like John Brennan and James Clapper and others that have caused really immeasurable harm to the American people and to our country.
Great job. Thank you.
Great job. Yeah, no, it's become personal. Now it is, they were trying to dismantle so much. Again, this clip is from August. And with the Politico interview that took place a few days ago. And we'll see what happens in the next few months. I feel like 2026 could be a boom type scenario. So just understand that. That could be coming our way, man. And we need some really, really good news coming our way. So that is taking place as well. I want to touch on Shipwreck really quick. She's a part of a company that I'm no longer with, I believe. But let's take a listen to this when it comes to, well, I'll show you what I dropped the other day. My friend sent it to me, and I thought it was just funny. I really don't care, per se, about any of it. I feel bad for the Kirk family and all that kind of stuff. But, I mean, like Brett was saying yesterday, is he as big as John F. Kennedy Jr.? No. Not in my eyes. Maybe in other people's eyes for sure. And that's no knock on Brett at all or anything like that. But, I was just like, no. No. I mean, I could ask probably 150 people before he was, assassinated who Charlie Kirk was, and probably nobody would know. Who knew? That was going to happen. But a lot of conspiracies are going around. And if Candace Owens wants to lose all her credibility or gain a hell of a ton of credibility, it could go either way. It could go really bad or really good, especially when you hear about Tucker Carlson, you hear about Theo Vaughn talking about her yesterday on the show, on the podcast, saying that they really respect her, and they go over there and they hang out with them and all sorts of things with her family, and they seem to be very close. So again, it will we'll see what takes place with that. So either way, I'm still waiting on this second week of December FF that is supposed to happen. That has not happened yet. So let's go ahead and get into this. I have not seen it. Let's go.
After me, call me names, I don't care. Call me what you want. Go down that rabbit hole, whatever. But when you go after my family, my Turning Point USA family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Didn't Turning Point USA sell like a whole bunch of t-shirts at his memorial? Are they still using like his personal social media page with the full-on 6.1 million followers, blue check mark? You're still posting on his page. Aren't you still like doing your shows live from his studio? I get in the beginning to do this, okay, right, right after it happened, it's memorial.
Okay, now what she's going into falls right into the troll that I put out there, which is, I'll show you in a second after this. How do you guys feel about this? What do you guys think about this? About her going on? I mean, a lot of people watch Candace Owens. I saw her with like 55,000 people watching her. I mean, that's more than a lot. I mean, that's more than, what's the gentleman's name? Louder with Crowder, Steven Crowder. Let's go back.
Say family, my Charlie Kirk Show family, when you go after the people that I love, and you're making hundreds and thousands of dollars.
Didn't Turning Point USA sell like a whole bunch of t-shirts at his memorial? Are they still using like his personal social media page with the full-on 6.1 million followers, blue check mark? You're still posting on his page. Aren't you still like doing your shows live from his studio? I get in the beginning to do this. Okay, right, right after it happened, it's memorial. But like to continue it on, but then also to talk about all the drama that's going on with this Candace Owens and all of them, and then Turning Point USA in his studio, like from his show, which has not been renamed or anything. It's still the Charlie Kirk. At this point, I mean, y'all, everybody's making money off this drama, including Erica Kirk. And if I watched Charlie Kirk at any point, his big thing was to question everything. That's kind of what got him into this mess to begin with. The questions, have the conversation, throw it out, let's talk about it, let's see what it is. I think in this interview, she called him a bunch of conspiracy kookies or something like that, I don't remember, and told him to crawl back under a rock. I don't think that's what Charlie was about at all, especially in the beginning. He was big into the truth, like he wanted what the majority of these people want. Now, does Candace Owens have a motive behind? Maybe she does. Is she making hundreds of? Maybe she is. I don't know. I know that I don't believe the narrative, and I don't watch Candace Owens. Here's what I have decided with this whole thing. Okay, I kind of have my own theory, but on its face is that. Then
say it. What is your own theory? Say it. If she doesn't say it in this,
we're never gonna know. For sure. It might be our grandkids might get some unclassified docs, like we did with JFK at some point. We're supposed to, but I'm probably never going to know for sure 100% in my lifetime. And at the end of the day, it will be the people that decide whether or not the death of Charlie Kirk will cause the death of Turning Point USA, if they will get Daily Wired. The people. Because all this drama will eventually die down. And then what is Turning Point USA going to be after that? There's a lot of anti-Semitic stuff, right? There's a lot of the pro-Israel stuff going on there. They have big conversations about it right now. They've said where they've stood, and that's the end. It'll be up to the people. They'll decide whether or not it carries on or it dies.
Well, I mean, and again, I'm not trying to rile anybody up. I mean, so, she's like a chaos agent, all these sorts of things. Shipwrecked is a shipwreck, in my opinion. I stopped listening to her a few weeks back. I feel like she flipped and is now just nuts. It's finished 4573 says over there on YouTube.
Inc. as a whole is having a lot of issues right now. Tim Pool went on a big rant how they can't afford to keep going. He might shut his show down because they have to hire security. And then some guy who went on his show went to his house and said, there's no security here. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But whatever. And Turning Point USA will probably go with it if they keep this up. And I'm not saying that they need to come out and be like, oh, they didn't kill. I'm saying that the pro-Israel stuff, which is pretty constant in a lot of their new shows, is, I mean, their best bet right now would be kind of rebrand and then have a memorial to Kirk as part of that rebrand, but not to be doing the shows from his studio, not to be using his social media. That is fucking weird. It's been however 10 weeks, 12 weeks, it's weird.
Well, okay, and I understand that, Trump one, that you say they also wanted to keep his memory alive. Just saying, I get that, I understand that. It is just like, do I even give a shit? Do I even care? Like you said, and Anita Spencer, what's going on? Or no, somebody said something earlier. just what are we looking at? Who said that earlier? Looks like I'm in the minority here. I like Candace, and it seems like Erica. Seems like Erica doesn't want to get to the truth. I would love, I would be turning over every stone if the love of my life is killed. Erica seems disingenuous. What do you mean disingenuous? She seems completely real. And I'll show you right here. This is 2 days ago. By the way, this is the 3-month anniversary of his shooting. This was 2 days ago. 2 days ago. She looks extremely upset. Terribly upset. This is all a distraction. The fighting with Temple and Candace talk about things that matter. Geesh. I've been chasing the truth too long to care about this BS. I don't care about any of it, to be honest with you. 3-month anniversary, hon. It's a 3-month anniversary. Who cares? We'll never get the information. It's just like what she was saying, and I totally agree with it. I don't think we'll ever get that information. Just like we talked about yesterday with Brett, whether they don't even have the information or the video footage of him surrendering and coming into the sheriff's office. We don't have any of that. We have nothing. We have nothing on the Coventry shooter. We have nothing on anything. Who's doing their job? It seems like no one. What are we doing? My goodness. Well, it's a thing. She's saddened by it as she stands on his casket and hugs J.D. Vance. And good for them. Good for them. Moving on. I trust Candace over Erica with the nails painted dangleberry. I get it. I get it. Yes, the soap opera continues with their scripts. Yeah. I get it. I understand it. Oh, goodness God. What has happened to all of us? Judy the Lady Pug says, Cookie, nice work if you can get it. Right. I get it. Greatest name in the game, Judy the Lady Pug. Good to see you. Let's get on to some more stuff. Hey, guess what? Judge in New York orders the release of the Epstein documents. How much of this is going to be redacted? A federal judge in New York on Wednesday ordered the release of Jeffrey Epstein's documents related to the 2019 you-know-what trafficking case. In July, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche filed a motion asking a federal court to release grand jury transcripts associated with the Epstein cases. The court documents are related to the 2019 grand jury indictment charging Jeffrey Epstein with you-know-what trafficking offenses and June 2020 grand jury indictment of Ghislaine Maxwell with numerous offenses related to the trafficking and coercion of you-know-whats. Right there. Boom. Dink. Since July 6, 2025, there has been extensive public interest in the basis of the memorandum's conclusions, while the Department of Justice and the Federal Bureau of Investigations continue to adhere to the conclusions reached in the memorandum. Transparency to the American public is of the utmost importance to this administration, they wrote in a court filing reviewed by the Gateway Pundit. So, I mean, this is the utmost, the conclusion is transparency when it comes to this is the American public's utmost importance. How about we get out of bankruptcy? How about we stop all the drug cartels? How about we get rid of all of the illegals that are in this country? Right? Those sorts of things. I don't care about this per se. And I think it's, I mean, you had the time to release it, and then the left jumped. And they were like, oh, Trump's on it, Trump's on it, Trump's on it. And then they had, they had to push that propaganda out there. They had to put up the killdozer to block the way. So that might be a thing as well. They may have just, put up a, basically a stalemate, a wall, to block this from coming out just by using lies, besmirching, and propaganda. But, who knows who's on this list? I mean, will we see justice, or are we just going to get a list? We need justice. That's another thing. Transparency to the American public is of the utmost importance. Reaching the conclusions of this memorandum of the Epstein list. I think we just want all justice, right? Isn't that crazy? Could be a thing. Who knows? But I want justice, that's all. Given the public interest in the investigative work conducted by the Department of Justice, who trusts them, not me, and Federal Bureau of Investigation, who trusts them, not me, into Epstein, the Department of Justice moves the court to unseal the underlying grand jury transcripts in the United States versus Epstein, subject to appropriate redactions of victim-related and other personal identifying information. I'm trying to read too fast. So it is going to be subject, right there, told yous, subject to appropriate redactions of victim-related and other personal identifying information. Is that just for the victims, or is that for the assailants as well? The judges initially declined to unseal the Epstein records, citing grand jury secrecy. However, Manhattan Judge Richard Berman, that name, unsealed the documents after President Trump signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And that's all well and fine and dandy and all that kind of stuff, but I want to see justice. I don't want to just see a bunch of redactions. I really don't. I understand the victims, but I mean, haven't we seen all the victims? The majority of the victims? Didn't they stand out in front of the White House and they had like a press conference and they stated that this needs to come out, and why is this shielded, and how much did they get paid? What is going on? All these things you have to take into assessment. I mean, we have facial recognition. We have everything. You can literally just reverse engineer someone standing in front of a camera and figure out who they are. I'm sure they have an Instagram account, a Facebook account, an X account, anything like that, a social media account that they can just go back and be like, oh, okay, well, this is this person. This is that person. Why redact? I mean, I just don't get it. I don't get it. To protect them. Protect them from what? I don't know. I have no idea. What do you guys think? The soap opera continues is what I think. I'm right there with you, Anita Spencer. The soap opera continues. Very interesting. And, I want to go back to this when we're talking about the Charlie Kirk stuff, and this is pretty interesting to me. Let's take a look, and maybe you guys will agree. Let me know in the comment section of all of this. Let me know. Right-wing influencers are under psychological attack. Do you believe that? Perhaps. I believe right-wing influencers have been the targets of a psychological operation to fracture MAGA. Nefarious entities have bombarded right-wing influencers with waves of bots to persuade, entice, bully them into pushing anti-Trump narratives. Influencers were being positively reinforced with millions of likes, views when they say negative things about Trump/Israel. Many are stuck in the dopamine loop, chasing likes and views, and are rewarded by saying Trump, Israel bad. Most don't know that they are even being manipulated. They are unwitting stooges. They have no idea that they are being artificially boosted by nefarious entities with the intent of shifting public perception and sabotaging Trump's support. I believe what we have been witnessing is a highly coordinated psychological operation, and right-wing influencers were the target. Once these entities controlled the influencers via positive reinforcement and monetary incentive via ad revenue, they were able to push their anti-Trump narratives through the influencers directly to Trump supporters. Now that the MSM has lost substantial influence over the public deep state entities are aiming to control the influencers, and in many cases, they are succeeding. We are the media now, and anyone who has influence is a target. You are engaged in psychological information warfare, whether you know it or not. Well, I do know that Benjamin Netanyahu went on the Nelk Boys and tried to grab about 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 influencers out there that are massive to really try to push a narrative. Is that fake? No, that's 100% real. I also know that Benjamin Netanyahu was trying to buy TikTok and put in more pro-Israeli basically influence into TikTok, which is directly going to who? The youth of our nation. Depends on what your algorithm is, but, you know, and I posted that on my Truth Social, which I could bring up right now. I mean, it completely ties right into it, and I can bring that up right now. If you're saying they're not trying to control everything, then what are they doing then? Let me go ahead and bring that up, and I can play it for you.
Did you see that video with Netanyahu for the TikTok ownership? This is wild, bro. This is
I put this out last night.
Did you see that video with Netanyahu for the TikTok ownership? This is wild, bro. This is
time. You can't fight today with swords. That doesn't work very well. But we have to fight with the weapons that apply to the battlefields in which we're engaged. And the most important ones are the social media. And the most important purchase that is going on right now is class.
Followers.
Somebody said buy followers. How hilarious is that, dude? That's the best.
TikTok. TikTok, number one. And I hope it goes through because it can be consequential.
Imagine saying that. It's like, what is that? Why did he say that, do you think? Why did he just confirm every crazed anti-Semitic conspiracy online? Jews control everything. And there's literally the prime minister of Israel being like, yes, we control everything. Why would he say something? Well, first of all, he, like Barry Weiss, is kind of stupid, clever, ruthless, but stupid, not creative at all. There's that. But there's a deeper reason, because he's trying to inspire hatred. He's trying to inspire hatred. Yes, we control everything. And I'm not falling for it. I'm not going to be a hater. I don't care what they do.
Well, did you see that?
So, I mean, what do you think about that? I mean, that was out on the show last night, and they dropped it at like midnight, and I was like, Social media ban in Australia for kids under 16, good or bad? Depends on, I don't think anybody should be banned from seeing anything. I mean, if anything, they should be banned from looking at porn. So, yeah, that's what I think. Social media, I mean, it is what it is. That's how you get your news. Where are you going to go watch your news at? Fox? Pfft. MSNBC? Get out of here. But they make a great point. You know, they're trying to take over all of it. And it's very, very interesting to me. Right? We got any gold pills coming in right now? Jack Attack 17, thank you for the cookie. And Judy the Lady Pug, thank you for the cookie as well. We can get some ships in here. That'd be great. Or some phones. Let's go. Let's go ahead and get into this. Title of today's show, Escalation. The U.S. A-18F Super Hornet jets fly over the Gulf of Venezuela in a show of force against Maduro. And there are videos of this. But again, I think this is major posturing. Like I've been saying for days on end, 100%. This is posturing. Do we need to be flying F-18s over? You know, what's that going to do? What is that going to do? Again, it's posturing to me. And that's totally fine. Continue to do it. Make our military look strong. Let's go. Let's do it. Because it ain't just Venezuela down there, boys and girls. It's a lot of bad people. A lot of bad people. Trusty Turnip, thank you for the cookie. Hope your father is doing much better. He's been released from the hospital. He'll be going home today. But, again, a lot of weird things in hospitals, guys. I mean, they put my dad through hell and back with a bunch of stuff. It's just weird. I'm not going to get too deep into that, but I'm just saying what they do to people with dementia is wild. And the way that they treat family members, wild. Trump sent fighter jets all the way to Maduro's doorstep. I told you, posturing. A major escalation took place in the Caribbean yesterday when U.S. fighter jets flew in the loops around the Gulf of Venezuela in a show of force against Nicolas Maduro. Most of the Gulf of Venezuela is under Venezuelan airspace, but the jets did not enter that airspace, staying in the pocket of international airspace near the entrance of the Gulf. 2 U.S. A-18F Super Hornets, which departed from an aircraft carrier, moved to the region in November, came within roughly 20 nautical miles from Venezuela's coast on Tuesday. Holy smokes. So again, is he cooked? Is he about to get slimed? I don't know.
Down the border now.
No, he sent a lot of these people. He also sends in a lot of drugs. So we'll see how it all works out.
So
But
do you
I
want
can't talk about
So
strategy.
how far would you go to take Maduro out of office?
I don't want to say that, but
His
But
days
you want
are
to see
numbered.
him out?
his days are numbered.
Can you rule out an American ground invasion?
I don't
in
want to
Venezuela?
rule in or out. I don't talk about it. Why would I talk to you, an extremely unfriendly public?
Oh, not showing the cards. I like it, President Trump. I like it a lot. Why would I tell you? Stupid.
Publication, if you want to call it Politico, that got $8 million from Obama to keep it afloat. Why would I do that? Why would I talk about that to Politico? I mean, I'm doing this because you picked me as a man
Well,
for Europe,
I'm
and I
asking
thought it was,
for,
I thought it was
for
a
You're the
transparency
enemy.
for their American people,
You're
because
the
a lot of
enemy.
folks are.
Transparency.
Well, people are
I'll tell
wondering
you, I am
what
the
is.
most transparent politician maybe in the world.
A lot of
okay?
folks are wondering what our goals are in
Sure, but
Venezuela.
I don't want to talk to you about military strategy.
Well, may I ask then, what is your goal in Venezuela? What do you want to see with the actions that you're taking?
Well, one goal is I want the people of Venezuela to be treated well. I want the people of Venezuela, many of whom live in the United States, to be respected. I mean, they were tremendous to me. They voted for me 94% or something.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that. I want Trump from 2016. That's what I want. I want him to be rude and snarky and a prick. I love it, making fun of people. I want it to happen. And all these people coming up from Venezuela, we've got to get them out. He's making good points. Why would I talk to you? You got $8 million from the Obama administration. Why? You're the enemy, bro. Lady. She 100% looks like Ukrainian, too. Who has hair like that? Somebody said once CIA, always CIA. I mean, I get that. I know you weren't talking about that. You weren't addressing that woman, but sure as hell seems like that to me. For sure. Yeah. Let's go. New Jersey, twin brothers arrested for threats to kill DHS officials Tricia McClellan, ICE agents. We Americans should fine you, tar you, feather you, and hang you as we did to anyone serving tyrants before the Revolutionary War, one of the defendants wrote. My God. Which is so true. 2 twin brothers from New Jersey have been taken into custody for threatening to kill Department of Homeland Security DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McClellan, as well as U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement ICE agents. This comes amid 8,000% increase in death threats against ICE personnel. Is that the false flag that we might be witnessing? We just saw a few weeks ago 2 National Guardsmen taken out. And we'll get into that here in a second. But we've talked about it. Ricardo Antonio Roman Flores and Emilio Roman Flores, twin brothers of Epsicon, issued the death threats on social media, prompting DHS agents and the Epsicon Police Department SWAT team to descend upon their home and take them into custody. Good. Get them out before they could do anything. Emilio has been charged with unlawful possession of an assault weapon, possession of prohibited weapons, conspiracy terroristic threats, criminal coercion threats, and cyber harassment. Ricardo has been slapped with one charge of conspiracy terroristic threats, according to a DHS press release. The twin brothers are Hispanic U.S. citizens, and they are currently being held by the Epsicon Police Department in New Jersey, according to DHS. I wonder what New Jersey is going to do. They'll probably just release them. I hope not, though. One of the brothers allegedly expressed his desire to torture and kill McLaughlin while responding in the comments to a post the DHS officials made on X. We Americans should find you, tar you, feather you, and hang you as well as we did to anyone serving tyrants before the Revolutionary War, the defendant said. The other brother allegedly chimed in, vowing to bang bang ISIS on sight. Woo! Scary stuff. McClellan has been one of the most prominent DHS officials defending the Trump administration mass deportation operations, calling out sanctuary jurisdictions and repeatedly stating on television networks that ICE has been taking in the worst of the worst criminals of illegal immigrants, which I agree with wholeheartedly. But I think this is the next thing that we're going to see. More fear, more panic, more just craziness. We're going to see it. It's going to be in our face. So, what are they going to do about it? I don't know. New Jersey is 100% a blue state. What's going to happen to these two twin brothers? Well, I don't know. But what took place with those two National Guardsmen, we have better news. So we'll kind of fluctuate this, and we'll talk about it. President Trump last night in Pennsylvania, we talked about this last week, where one of the male National Guardsman was able to listen, move his toes. So that's fantastic. But he's making some vast improvements. Let's see W's in the chat and also thumbs ups in the chats. Let's go. National Guardman.
Them to the Oval Office, and they came in. She said, "Sir, he's fine." It was amazing, actually. And today, Monica, she said, "We're all praying, and I'm praying." And then she called to say, "Sir, he moved his finger today." This is like 3 days later. He moved his finger. It was amazing, actually. And today, Monica, she said, "We're all praying, and I'm praying." And then she called to say, "Sir, he moved his finger today." This is like 3 days later. He moved his finger. And today I got a call that he got up from bed. Do you believe that? He got up.
Let's go, baby.
He got up. Now, he didn't speak. He's not ready for that yet. He got hit in the head. But he got up, and boy, they're so happy. It's amazing. And the care that they've given him at the hospital, and the generals that have been there, the military that's been there, it's amazing. General Seward and others that she said the level of love that your military has given to my boy. And by the way, Sarah's parents said the same thing. The love and the affection and the care that they're given, they can't even believe what's happened. But Andrew stood up today, and people even can't believe it. So the mother was amazing, and let's hope it continues. Look, it doesn't get much worse than what he did.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. You can't take our boys out. Up and walking, shot in the head by some scum. It's true. But going back, we'll fluctuate. Listen, you have hits out on ICE. Two twins got arrested. They're in New Jersey. Are they going to be released? We don't know how these judges work in New Jersey. They obviously don't work in favor of the American people. They would rather release threats. That's just a thing. I know New York released, 7,000 or 6,000 criminals into the streets just to do it. These people hate our country. I mean, that's just what it is. So going back into it, a Clinton-appointed judge blocks Trump's National Guard deployment to Los Angeles. I mean, just override this again. Look at this. That is America. No, this isn't Libya. No, this isn't Sudan. This isn't Iraq. This isn't Afghanistan. This is Los Angeles. A federal judge has blocked President Trump's deployment of National Guard troops in Los Angeles. U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer declared the deployment illegal and ordered the troops to return to the state control under California Governor Gavin Newsom. This guy has to go to jail, too. This sounds like straight-up treason. The decision stems from Trump's deployment of thousands of National Guard troops to Los Angeles this summer amid violent protests and riots tied to immigration enforcement. While most troops were withdrawn, an extension kept approximately 300 California National Guards members under federal control until February, with about 100 remaining in the city and 200 redirected to Oregon. That's not enough, and that's nobody. That's nobody. American Rising Media, thank you for sending the raid to the chat. I appreciate it. Hopefully some people stick around and hit us up with some gold pills. Help out this operation. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Happening right now. Thank you, America Rising Media. I believe that's Sean Joe and Johnny Q. Thank you, boys. God bless you. California officials, including Newsom and Attorney General Rob Bonta, filed a lawsuit challenging federalization of state troops. Why would they even do that unless they want to watch their whole state and city burn? That's it. There's no other way around it. Breyer sided with the state in his 35-page opinion, arguing that Trump lacked the statutory authority under law that allows such deployment only in cases of invasion, rebellion, or when the president cannot execute federal laws with regular forces. The judge emphasized that there was no current demonstration of impaired law enforcement, stating that the founders designed our government to be a system of checks and balances. Defendants, however, make clear that the only check they want is a blank one. I mean, just to be honest with dude got chunky while he was gone. Welcome back, Thomas. There we go. Thank you, Phil Rooftop. Thank you. I did get chunky. That's what 5 years of depression does. Thank you for the troll. Nobody delete that. Leave it up there. Phil, why don't you hit up that right there, over here. Hit up that Cash App with a couple bucks. Sean and on. My bad, brother. My bad, dude. God dang it. I'm sorry. Sean and on, thank you. What did I say? Sean John? Anybody want to match Sean and on with a cookie? Match him? Do it. I can't wait for YouTube to be monetized. I really can't. Let's go, babies. Sean and on, thanks, man. With the back-to-back cookies. Let's go, baby. How dare you ruin our futures? No, y'all are doing just fine. You're doing better than I am. Good to have you aboard. Judy Lady Pug, thank you for the cookie. Thank you. Sean, I really do mean that. Thank you. I think I said Sean Joe. Match that man. Match that man. So again, when it comes to this, what are you going to do? I don't know. I mean, to be honest with you, 300 California National Guard members, and then they're sending 100 the other way to Oregon? What are you doing? Only 100 remain. 200 redirected to Oregon. What are you doing? These people got to go, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. I think he could just, override that. President Trump can just override that and then, get the job done. Why is nothing, working? Take these people out. I don't care. If they're harming ICE agents and they're harming the National Guardsmen, which they have, they've killed them both. It's time to use ammo. It's time to use real, I can't say that, but you know what I mean. It's time to go kinetic, folks. What are we doing? Now we got this. Somali, a Minnesota college student, posts video threatening ICE. It just continues on and on. You're going to get popped. Next time I see you. Oh, look at this guy. You bring him home to your daughter. Right? Phil Rooftop, 7112. You bring this guy home to your daughter. You go, listen, Phil Rooftop. I like your daughter. He was completely sane. Somali, Minnesota college student Hassan Mohammed posted a profanity-filled rant against U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement ICE agents that included threats to pop agents next time they see him. Let's listen to it. Man, this is crazy.
I actually heard you guys pulled up to Otana, the Big O, and you pulled up when I was not.
Boo, boo. They can't even speak English.
I actually heard you guys pulled up to Otana, the Big O, and you pulled up when I was not there? Y'all, so puss-ass shit, boy. You gonna get popped next time I see your ass. Bring the whole cavalry. Yeah, boy, you guys are scared. Scared of the Stingray, baby.
There's something wrong with the black man's mind. There's something wrong with his mind.
Mess with a Stingray, baby. I hope you end up like Steve Irwin with a Stingray. I hope that's how you end up. I stop ducking me, bruh. I hope you end up just like Steve Irwin with a Stingray, Mr. Stingray. That's what I want. So gay. So gay. Though it appears Muhammad removed the original video from TikTok, who the pussy now, yo? It has already gone viral. He attempted to walk back the bravado in a follow-up message claiming he was just trying to be funny. Got scared. Somebody got scared. He got scaled. Why are you so scared? You joke. What a joke. But they're trying to do it here all day long from Elon Musk, and they'll continue to do so. They'll continue to do so. From Elon Musk, as we can see right here, this sounds like treason. Elon Omar from the Joe Rogan Podcast News. Let's take a listen.
jawaabteedu waxay ahayd dawladda Mareykanka waxay ka qabanaysaa wixii annaga aan dhahno dawladda Mareykanka qabo waa kalsoonidaas inaan isku qabno annaga Soomaali hadii aan nahay wadankan annaga ku nool wadankan wadankii aan annaga tax ka dhiibna waaye waa wadankii gabar idinka dhalatayne ee Congress ka fadhiso intii aniga aan Congress joogo wadanka Soomaaliya biyaheeda dad kaleeta iyo badeeda dad kale ma qaadanayaan wadanka Mareykankana kuma taageerayo dad kaleeta in annaga ayna dhacaan marka taas ka seexda jawaabteedu waxay ahayd dawladda Mareykanka
One more time.
FBI, open up!
Right now. Do it right now. Do it right this second while I'm live. Do it right now. The U.S. government will only do what Somalians in the U.S. tell them to do. They will do what we want and nothing else. They must follow our orders. Milmy, 2235. Thomas got chunky and greedy. The other night, he was all pissed that people weren't sending him enough money. LOL. Thank you. Thank you and God bless you. Send me money. Mail me. Do it. The Cash App is right there. Do it. Do it. Send me money. Nah, bruh. Or girl. Or whatever. I love you. I love you. You're doing just fine, man. I love you. Mail me 2235. Hit up that Cash App. YN. We love you, bro. Why the hate? Why are you making fun of fat people? Why are you fat shaming me, bro? I like cheese. Okay? In the monetary sense, oh, you were thinking food. You. Nah, man. Elon Omar stinks. Let's listen to this. You think the replacement theory is phony? Let's listen to it right now.
And therefore, we must open more safe pathways, legal pathways to Europe.
Yes.
We must create more bridges between our continents. We must make sure that people can find a job where their talent is needed. Match the skills. Bring skills across our borders. And this is at the heart of our new talent partnership, which offer work routes into Europe. So far, 5 countries have signed up to them, and we hope that more of you will follow. This is such an important model to work on. We have just agreed to create a new talent pool. It will match the European employers and their needs with the non-European job seekers and their skills. And actually, we're launching the pilot.
Non-European job seekers will replace the Europeans looking for jobs. Isn't that, what does that mean? You're going to have a lot of 7-Elevens coming into your cities. Europe, you're going to have a good time with that. How are you going to defend yourselves? Huh? Hello, this is India calling from India. What do you do? What do you want me to do? We throw shit. We throw shit at each other. What do you want us to do? Huh? I'm not a troll. I've been watching the entire movement since it began. I've watched people go from patriots to patriots. It was 2 episodes ago. Go back and watch. He was begging and mad. YN, I have never been mad on this podcast about anything, bruh. Patriot. That is so like 2017, 18. That's hilarious. You must be Indian. You are getting offended.
Pilot of a gateway office in India, so that this will offer opportunities to work in Europe legally, and it could be a blueprint for partnership with other countries if we do it well. So the point is here, we have plenty of good ideas for legal mobility, but only together can we make this work. This approach is, I think, I'm deeply convinced, a win-win for Europe and all our partners in our alliance. People can develop new skills. They can find new opportunities at home. But it also gives the young people a chance to thrive. And it makes Europe more competitive. It makes Europe more attractive to innovative talent. So by working in partnerships, we have found safe alternatives to the lethal criminal smuggling networks. So, distinguished guests, we all have one common goal: The common goal is to drive the smugglers out of business, to save the lives of thousands of people who dream of a better life. I know this is still a long way to go, and it's a bumpy road without a question.
It is not a bumpy road when it comes to my gated community. And those that are trimming my shrubbery and cutting my grass and making me breakfast as I wake up in the morning with fresh squeezed orange juice. Let everyone know that we are all equal. Now bring in the Browns. Bring them in. Bring them in. I want more of them. Or else. Oh my God, this is so good. Oh, Ursula von der Leyen, the head of the EU Parliament. Yeah, you could trust her for sure. She's probably doing something like Frazzle Drip in the background. Who cares? Let's watch some black guys talk about Nick Fuentes. This is cool. I like these guys. You like them? Anybody care? Love Thomas from Truffle Pups. Oh, what? I love that name. Love Thomas. Almost everyone gains and loses weight. Who cares? Exactly. Mel Me, you still haven't donated to the Cash App. Where are you? $200 now. Before I get mad and shut the stream off. You make fun of my fat, and then you make fun that I'm a patriot. Donate to the stream. Stop being mean. Let's go. Let's watch some black guys talk about Nick Fuentes. Because they don't care. They don't care. And I think it's great. But before we do so, we're going to do a 30-second Noble Gold advertisement. I got advertisers mail me. I don't need you. I'm just joking. Please send $200 right now. Do it right now before I start to cry on television or on the internet or whatever you want to call this. We are the media now. Let's go. As we wrap up 2025, one thing's clear. Uncertainty isn't temporary. It's the world we live in now. Waiting for things to go back to, in quote, normal isn't a plan. It's a gamble. That's why Noble Gold Investments helps Americans protect what they've built with real gold and silver that hold value when everything else feels uncertain. So this holiday season, remember, the best gift that you can give your family is not under the tree. It's peace of mind. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com and get your free wealth protection kit today. noblegoldinvestments.com. Isn't that nice? You need some Christmas spirit, Mel May. Mel Me. Trick Pony, thank you for the cookie. I appreciate it. Bigly. All right, let's listen to these brothers. Let's go.
The two personas. And I think that everybody understands this on some level. On my show, I make jokes and I use rhetoric and I'm hyperbolic because for a long time I had an audience that was small on these like dissident platforms. I was on D Live for many years. A lot of people don't even know what that is.
It was taken off.
And so I had a small following and we had sort of like an in-group sense of humor and memes and things like that. And you talk about it one way on a freewheeling live stream when I'm by myself and I'm ranting and we make jokes and we play devil's advocate. We play with different positions. But then when you sit down in an interview like this one and people ask me a good faith question, what do you actually believe? Well, then I clarify and I say, well, here I'm not joking. Here I'm not being hyperbolic. I'm not being rhetorical. I'll tell you precisely what I believe. As far as this idea that I'm going to get power and then turn into Hitler, that just sounds totally insane to me. I'll be honest. It just sounds insane. You're always coming up with, no, it's not the Jews. No, it's not women. No, it's not blacks. It's actually really complicated. No, it fucking isn't at all. Jews are running society. Women need to shut the fuck up. Blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. And we would live in paradise. It's that simple. That's 100% true. Everything I said in that clip is true.
Including that blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
You don't understand sarcasm, Piers Morgan, you dolt.
Yeah. Yes.
But all of them?
No, for the most part.
What does the most part mean? What percentage of American blacks would you like to see in prison?
Whatever the percentages of the murderers. I think it's 1 in 20 black men will commit a murder in their lifetime. So maybe let's say that, 5%.
Oh, so you're talking about black people who murder people?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But you didn't say that.
That's
You just said
problem.
blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. You didn't clarify that you were talking about black murderers.
Right. No, you're right. That's a good addition to that. That's a great point.
You think it's funny or?
I do. I think it's hilarious. I think it's totally true.
Do you think a black American would find it funny? You think that blacks should be imprisoned for the most part?
Blacks are my biggest fans. I get high fives all the time. They say, Nick Fuentes, I love your show. They agree with me. And you want to know why? Here's the difference. Black people are the most victimized by other black people. You think black people want to live in the hood and the ghetto and get shot all the time? That's what happens in the south side of Chicago. You should come here. I'll take you there. We could go to Garfield Park.
My son went to Chicago
Inglewood.
University for a year, actually, several years ago.
Yeah, that's a bubble. That's a bubble. You think you're in Chicago and Hyde Park? You don't know Chicago. Go a little bit west, see what it's like over there. And I'll tell you, black people agree with me because they're tired of it too. And maybe not most of them, but a lot of them agree with what I say about that because they know how it is. That's why the first thing they do when they make a little bit of money is they go and leave to another neighborhood.
Okay, so what was...
I'm gonna take a pause on the facts, guys.
I mean,
that's a fact.
If you're to asking me, do I think that people that kill people need to go to jail? I think that's an undeniable fact.
For sure.
I think that a lot of the crime against other black people that comes from black people is a problem. We've said that on this channel 100 times.
2 + 2.
I mean, it's like I can't. It's like I'm not going to be offended at something that I've also said.
Now, Pierce, he just said, "Oh, I went to Chicago University." That's the problem.
Said my son did.
Well, whatever. A lot of these liberals. I'm not gonna say Pierce is liberal. I don't know what he is, but a lot of people that try to sugarcoat what's going on in the black community and in the hood have never been to the hood, and they have never been around black people enough to know what black people do here. So.
I mean, we just watched the video of a birthday party getting shot up. I mean, these are the type of people and type of things that happen in the hood. I mean, it may not happen at the rate people try to deny it, but the fact that it happens is enough to make these type of comments. I think those people need to go to jail. I've said that on this channel too. I've said that the crime that black people commit against other black people is a problem. We talk about that on this channel all the time. We get accused of being coons,
2 + 2.
sellouts, tap dancing for white. So it's like, bro, I'm a black person. I see crimes committed against people that look like me, by people that look like me. I take issue with it. It doesn't matter who agrees with me. It's a problem.
These conservative ideologies are 2 + 2. Now,
it's really not even a conservative ideology. I really just feel like that's just a factual ideology. If you kill people, you should go to jail.
Period.
That's what jail is for.
But real quick though, conservative liberals are literally letting people out that commit.
Yeah,
that's facts. It is a conservative talking point as well. But the fact that if the stat is correct, 1 out of 20.
Pierce is gonna say that's not correct, but let's
look it up real quick.
Well, Pierce, let's hear what Pierce says. Let's look it up real quick. His rebuttal is a liberal rebuttal to me. Let's hear what he says. But yeah, you can look it up if you want to, because he said they got people on the show fact checking right now. But either way, it doesn't have to be fact checked to me. We see day to day. I'm black. I'm around black people all the time.
It's interesting. People make comments on us like, "Oh, you guys don't be in the hood. Y'all don't be around black people. Y'all hate black people." No, we don't. I literally am black. All my friends are black. I'm a black guy. I mean, like what?
Yeah, it said the 1 under 20 stat. Not Pierce. Nick said that he got that from somewhere. Maybe it's wrong or right. Maybe it's right or wrong. Who knows? But we know what we see day to day.
This is that, according to Grog, that stat isn't.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna keep it 100. I'm just gonna keep it 100. If you kill people, you should go to jail. It doesn't matter what race you are.
I feel like we honestly shouldn't even be saying that on the freaking mic.
I just think that's just a factual statement.
Let's hear what Pierce has to say.
That's why the first thing they do when they make a little bit of money is they go and leave to another neighborhood.
Okay, so what was just remind me again the percentage of black men who commit murder in America. What was the percentage you gave me?
It's 1 in 20. 1 in 20.
It's 1 in 100.
No, it's 1 in 20.
No. Less than 1 in 100 black US men commit murder. That's the most up-to-date crime statistics in America.
That's not true. I've seen other statistics. They say 1 in 20 will eventually commit a murder.
So your rate means that you're saying that 5 times as many black men commit murder as the official crime statistics say?
Yeah, there's a report, I believe, on X by Data Hazard. I'll have to go and double check that for you. But yes, there's some pretty shocking evidence that says that it's far more alarming than you would think.
Okay, but you would accept that the official crime statistics are 1 in 100.
No, let's check it. We do need to check it.
I don't care about the stat at all. I don't care about the stat at all.
I mean, I care about stats and facts and speaking the truth.
Well, I mean,
he said data hazard.
Look, at the end of the day, we know what the hell going on. Everybody gets stats wrong every day.
Well, here's a black male violent death rate. It says in 2022, out of 100,000 black males, 56.4% died by homicide.
Right. So, but the stat that I do always look up, and I've checked like 3 or 4 times on different websites and everything, black men are responsible in America for 56% of every single murder committed. That is a stat that is concrete that you can look up that I'm very confident in.
What'd you say?
Black men are responsible for 56% of all murders in the U.S.
Let's let them continue, guys. But let's forget the stats
just
for a
fact
second.
check it.
Let's forget the. Do y'all want to live in the hood and do y'all want to go to the hood?
We know the
Why
answer.
not?
No,
Why not? So that's all.
No, we're not arguing that. Hold on, brother.
Because that's like
hold on. We're not arguing the contrary at all. We know what side we're on with this argument, but it's just for the sake of the argument. So that when the other side tries to push back, you have numbers and facts to back up what you are saying.
But
it says right here for FBI crime statistics, 55.9% of known homicide offenders were men and women. They're black.
That's that.
That's on the FBI crime report.
So you know that
6%. But how I move around black people, the stats says it. No, that's not how.
That's called anecdotal data.
We're not doing that. We're not. Nobody's saying, the stat says that. No, we're going off of how we feel and what's happening day to day. Point blank, period. That's why I don't want to go off no more stats. That's why I don't like that argument. The stats argument doesn't matter. Pierce, would you go there? Pierce, would you go there? No. Would you watching this video go there? No. So we don't think about stats when we're going off.
Well, I like to speak the truth. I like to use data to make
you
my
are thinking about stats because if 56%.
You don't think about that when you see, like he said at the baseball park example, when you come out the baseball park and see a bunch of black people sitting there and Nike takes and Pooch Ices, you gonna think about the stat then?
Yes, I'm gonna think about black people are more likely to kill, statistically speaking.
I think we gonna think about that because we know what we see day to day.
It's both true. We know it's true. At the end of the day, that's not an argument.
So I don't like that stat argument, but I mean, hey, let's go.
Want to double check that for you, but yes, there's some pretty shocking evidence that says that it's far more alarming than you would think.
Okay, but you would accept that the official crime statistics are 1 in 100, or you wouldn't accept that statistic?
I don't know. I don't have it in front of me, but I've seen other evidence. Like I said, Data Hazard on X, I believe, produced a report about a year ago. It said 1 in 20. But I mean, whether it's 1 in 20 or 1 in 100, that's a lot of people, Piers. I mean,
sure,
this is
a lot of white
problem.
people commit murder too.
That's what I don't like.
Well, they do, don't they?
Okay, but it's about proportionality. I mean, white people are 65% of the population. Blacks are 13%. Mm-hmm. And I think anybody would tell you that more black people proportionally commit violent crime than white people. And people vote with their feet. People would rather pay a much higher property tax.
Most mass shootings.
What's with the interruptions?
I'm sorry.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, you look at in Chicago, in New York, these neighborhoods are so stratified. People would rather pay a high tax rate. They'd rather pay a much higher property value to live in a less diverse, less black neighborhood because they don't want to live around the violence. And I think that when you look at even on the public transit, the subway, the blue line, you know, people don't want to go there because they know who occupies and menaces the public transit. It is these people like Daniel Penny had to deal with. It's people like Irina Zarutska had to deal with. And that's just the uncomfortable reality.
You've also said you don't want to live near black people. Let's take a listen to this clip.
I'm a new generation of white person. I'm not living around blacks. Sorry. You know, I want white kids, and I don't want my white kids bringing home black people to me.
Okay. All right. Okay. We know what he's finna say. And this is where I'll be like, okay, Nick, I mean, you have your right to your opinion. I don't agree with the opinion. Probably nobody in here does. I know nobody agrees with that opinion. You probably don't agree with that opinion. That's where we stop it at.
Person. I'm not living around blacks. Sorry. You know, I want white kids, and I don't want my white kids bringing home black people to marry. It's racial for me. And call me racist. Oh, very Christian of you. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it couldn't be clearer, really, unless you want to say that's another of your jokes. But you're basically saying, yeah, I'm a racist, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You're fine with saying you're a racist?
Totally. I think everybody's racist. I think everybody, if we're being honest, Christian to you, I don't give a fuck.
I mean, it couldn't be clearer, really, unless you want to say that's another of your jokes. But you're basically saying, yeah, I'm a racist, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
You're fine with saying you're a racist?
Totally. I think everybody's racist. I think everybody, if we're being honest, is racist. I think everybody, the only people that aren't racist or pretend not to be are white people to their detriment. Everybody else is racist.
But earlier in the interview, you really got aggrieved at the idea that your father was a racist. You wanted to make emphatically sure.
Yeah, because my father's...
He's not.
Because my father doesn't share my same views on that.
So he's the exception to the everyone's a racist.
Well, everybody's a little bit racist. You're right. So maybe everybody... The difference is you're attacking my father. You know, he could get fired from his job.
I'm not attacking your father.
You are.
No, I'm not. I don't know your father. And to be clear, I have no knowledge about him at all
Well, then let's leave him out of it. Let's leave him out of it if you don't know him.
Hang on, Nick. Look, you've admitted you're a racist.
Okay, so this is when things get really dangerous, Pierce Morgan, being the piece of garbage that he is, doxes his father. He doxes Nick Fuentes' father, where he works, and his full name. That is not okay. Remember, there's somebody showed up to Nick Fuentes' front door with a pistol and also not a bow and arrow. I forget, not a slingshot. I forget what those things are called, but a crossbow. Showed up to his front door. Now you're doxing people? Pierce Morgan, come on, bro. You're going to get slimed for that, bro.
Correct?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Own it.
Okay, that's fine. You're perfectly entitled in a free democratic society to stay.
Okay.
I mean, I believe we've admitted that he is a racist. I mean, I've said on here before that he has racist opinions. And I said he wasn't,
so I'm wrong.
No, I said that he was. I mean, I said that he had racist opinions. You don't have racist opinions if you're not a racist.
I said he was.
Are you
I
racist?
said he was.
This ain't about me.
Is you racist?
No, it's
At
not
times.
about me.
At times.
Are you racist?
At times.
I'm racist too, man.
Black people
All
are
right.
racist at times.
I'm not going to say that.
Yeah, well,
I'm not a,
just don't admit it then on the mic. That's all good, man.
He is, guys.
No.
He is.
Everybody's racist at
But
times.
you can be racist towards white people and black. Like, you can be racist towards Mexicans, you know.
I don't hate anybody because of their race.
Everyone, okay.
If there's a reason I dislike someone, it's because of their behavior or something that they're doing that's detrimental to me. I would never just look at someone and say, "Hey, I don't like you because you're that race, you're that color."
I
wouldn't say that.
I agree. Place or a certain gathering because of a certain group of people there. If you see that certain group of people wearing a certain type of thing and I don't know, having a certain type of
I wouldn't think that would be racist.
Wouldn't that go back to what I said? I wouldn't go to a certain place because a certain type of people that would exhibit a certain behavior that I don't want to be around. That makes me a racist?
Yeah. No. Because no.
Hold on. Hey, I don't like the way those guys act, so I'm not going to hang out over there.
Hold on, real quick. It's not racist.
Wow.
Because it's not the race that's the problem.
Yeah.
It's the behavior. Hold on. Because why don't we feel that way about the BCF? Hold on, bro. We can go to the BCF. We can go to anything that's, educate the golf course, an all black golf event, something like that. I'm fine with.
I go to a black church.
Because these things, the type of black people that you're going to get there are not going to be. Remember, there are two different races of black people. You have black people who are normal, regularly functioning black people. Then you have ninjas.
And that is a Chris Rock joke from basically like 1992. Look it up. There are two different kind of ninjas.
Ninjas are the difference.
Nobody
wants to be around ninja
We're
behavior
not
because
talking
it is
about
dangerous.
black people because of their black skin. We're talking about behavior. Every time I get on here and I make a negative comment or I go hard on somebody, it's because of the behavior they're exhibiting. It's not because there are certain...
We can say the same thing about white people, though. You won't go to the most racist town in America. Why?
Because of their behavior.
Okay. So it's equal. But you can go to some white places and you go, I'm fine.
But
so
some
it's
black
the
what
same
does
thing.
that have to do?
So it's the same
But
thing.
that's not a race thing.
That's not racist.
That's not a race thing. It's because of the behavior they exhibit. If a wolf tell you he a wolf, why would you go around a wolf and get mad that you got bit?
I feel like, I
don't want to go around wolves because wolves bite. Oh, there's wolves over there. I'm not going over there. There are wolves over there. I'm not going over there. That doesn't make you a racist.
Yeah.
Come on,
That's
man.
just like, yeah.
But they're saying that his comments after the ballpark, I see a group of 5 black guys.
He's
why
saying,
don't I go over there?
Did you hear what he said?
on how
Because
they
they're
look.
black. He's not going over there because they're black. Their race is the reason why he's avoiding them. That's racist.
Well,
I'm not
and
avoiding people
no,
because of
no.
their race. I will avoid people because if I see a
But you're
group
black.
of young men over there being rowdy and loud with ski masks on, they're exhibiting a behavior that I don't want to be around.
But you know your life experiences are different than a regular white person's life experiences.
I don't know
right?
what point you're trying to make here.
The point I'm trying to make is if I'm white and I
don't
see some black
believe
people
that's true.
after, I don't know, late at night, I don't know what type of black people these are because I'm not around the black people. So my assumption is let's just stay away. You know what type of black people you're dealing with.
But I think that's
When
more
this guy's
prejudice.
walking past, how does he look?
But I think that's not.
How does he
I think
look?
that's
They
prejudice.
don't know how he looks. We do.
That's
Put
prejudice.
yourself in their position and not in our position.
I think it's the difference between prejudice and racism. I think racism is you inherently
So
don't
is that
like
not a fact what I
another-
just said?
It is a fact. It is a fact. But that's prejudice. That's my point. It's just like, okay, you're prejudging
So we
them
can't call them
based
racist
on
for thinking
certain
that, though.
things.
We can't call them
So I
racist
think
for thinking
everyone, I wouldn't say everyone is racist, but everyone does have prejudice.
And that's what we have been caught into now saying it's racist.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. So everybody does have a little bit of it.
Prejudice.
It's based off their life
Everyone has
experiences.
prejudice. Like, you know, if
Not
you go
me.
around a bunch of Mexicans,
Not
you
me.
might assume one of them, you know, can cook tacos. But does that make you a racist? No. That's just a prejudge, you know, based on
So
things.
saying black people are violent, what is wrong with
There's nothing wrong with that because statistics show that it's
so
true.
Let's stop calling people racist for saying it. That's
We
what
don't know.
I'm saying.
But we said he racist because he said I am racist.
I think when he says, yes, I am racist. I mean, if somebody
It's just
come up to me and
because-
say, are you racist, bro? Yeah. I'm just gonna. I can admit it. Some people just don't want to admit that. I mean, if that's what you're saying,
We're not
that's
racist. We're
I mean, I'm not liking. I don't dislike people
prejudices.
based on their skin color.
I don't think a lot of people. Some
Well,
people
I
do.
just told you, if you're exhibiting a certain behavior that I deem as negative and I don't want to go around it, I don't think that makes me a racist.
Not
I think
liking
that makes
someone,
me
all of these people, because of their skin color, that is racist.
correct.
Yes.
I do not think that Nick does that.
I think he does that all the time.
And I think that he said at the beginning, I have black friends.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you're not racist. You have black friends. Stop it
he
right
just
there.
openly admitted that he's a racist. I'm
And
not
I
going to
do too.
defend
And I
him.
do too.
I'm not going to
And I
defend
do
him.
too. So what are we saying here?
But
He
you
has
almost,
black friends.
you
and
almost,
he- so
you
if he
almost
goes-
defending his views. I'm not on here to defend his views personally.
I am personally.
I think he's a grown man. He can defend his own views.
I'm not- I'm just
If he
saying, though,
says something
as a
that
black
I agree
person-
with, I'll say, hey,
Like
I
he
agree
said-
with that.
Like he said, black people defend them all the time. I guess I'm one of them that's defending them.
I think
Just
that he
100.
has points, but you don't have to agree with every point.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
read it.
I'm
Oh,
not-
I want you to bring a black. Okay, look, that's what's racist. Don't say, oh, I'm not gonna bring.
Bro,
Okay.
he's racist. He
But-
said it.
but
He
he
said it.
I got
He's
black
a
friends.
self-admitted racist.
I don't know.
There's
man.
no reason to defend him.
Also, the reason that I also said that he was racist is because of the JD Vance comment, how he called his
But guess
family
what, though?
disgusting.
Guess what? That was wrong.
That's
I mean, I wouldn't
Brother.
be mad if my daughter brought a white guy home, but do I personally want that? No. So I'm not mad at that comment. I would hate
why do
it
you
on a white
care?
boy that tells me that.
Why do you care though?
I mean, it's just like.
Why would you care? If
what
he
I
was a
would
good dude,
personally
why
want.
would you care?
I mean,
If he was a good dude, why would
yeah,
you
I
care?
shouldn't
He treated your daughter
But
right.
I'm just saying.
Because based on all your arguments, is there a better chance that he's gonna treat her right, or one of your fellow brothers?
The white boy might treat her better.
So why wouldn't you
But
want
I don't know
someone?
though. You never know though. You never know the
You
situation.
do never know, but I'm just saying, why do you care? You should
I
not
don't
care about
I
the
shouldn't
race.
care. I shouldn't care. But I would.
You should
I'm
only
saying,
care about how they treat
If
them.
a white boy tells me this that I hang around, I'm like, you know what, bro? I'm not mad at you for that. Let her bring a white boy home. I'm not mad at you for that. I listen to that. We listen to Charleston White all the time.
No, and my also point.
He said, I don't want no black boy slanging no big black meat inside my daughter.
Stop,
He
bro.
said it.
Stop saying that.
Did he not say that?
Yes, he did say that. Stop saying that. But what I will say though, bro, you just threw my train of thought off with that. Hold on, bro. What was I about to say? Oh yeah. Okay. I actually noticed this a long time ago before we were even doing YouTube or anything. I noticed that also a lot of black people will be like, My mom said, you better not bring no white girl home, you know?
Everybody
and
got
that's
a little
okay.
racist.
So
Everybody got it.
if that's okay, then the other, you know, you got to say, but I said that's not okay.
Exactly.
I said that's not okay to say that. So it's not okay for black people or white people to say that. That's why I don't agree with
I grow
Nick.
up and my mother says something like this, and then I see Nick and say, "Oh, he's racist."
Yeah,
that is the most liberal pussy shit I've ever heard in my life.
say
Stop
that
being
one.
pussy out there,
You
world.
can't say one is
Please.
racist and one is not racist.
Fuck.
You either got to be all content or
'Cause
your
you know what?
character or
that is literally IQ. If you can't make that correlation, my mother says this, but then he says it. That is you're fucking stupid. And I don't know, man. You're just dumb.
Down the barrel of his camera and tell me you're a racist. People can judge you accordingly. Many
I know.
people,
That's why I think
many
you openly
people
just like,
who have
"Look,
assumed
look."
that you're racist
guess
will
I
now
am.
have heard it from your own lips. That's
am too.
fine.
There you go.
That's the point. The point of this interview is to go over the things you've said, which have led people to reach conclusions about you, and to ascertain whether those conclusions are fair and reasonable or not. That's it.
Thank
so I want
you.
to play you another clip. This is what you talk about why white people are justified in being racist. Let's take a listen to this.
First, white people are every single bit justified in being racist. Every single bit justified, to the extent that that means going out of your way to avoid black people when you see them.
I'd do it.
That's
You
not.
stand
That's
by that?
racist.
Absolutely.
That's a racist
Absolutely.
statement.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
You know what, Brandon? Just go ahead and pack your shit, brother. Just go ahead and pack your shit, brother. That ain't no freaking racist statement.
That is racist.
No, it's literally
He
not.
just said it's justified to avoid a certain race
I
of
see
people.
the KKK. I want to avoid them.
Okay,
It's the same
you're avoiding the
thing.
KKK because of their self-admitted beliefs.
Exactly.
They're wolves.
The self-admitted-
Wolves
so I
bite.
get a lot of niggas say, I just want to kill.
So you think all black people want to kill? You want to kill? You want to kill?
Nah.
You want to
But
kill?
if I see
You
one-
want to kill?
Look,
What the hell are
if
you
I got a
saying?
certain outfit on, I put that black Nike tat on, and one of them walk around the other way, I'm not mad at you, brother. The hell, it's the same shit.
I'm just keeping it 100. You just said the KKK
I
who are
look, guys,
self-admitted
I
racist.
walk through life fair. I look at all mine. I just look at everything fairly.
I'm just saying.
You got all rights to
I'm just
prejudge
saying.
me, brother.
He just said you're justified in avoiding a group
Hey,
of people because of their race. That's
you
a
spider
racist
head
statement.
boy. They got all rights to judge you.
All right.
You on the Cartier family, they got all rights to judge you, bro.
All right, bro.
No,
mean,
but
you
hold
never
on,
know.
no.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just keeping it 100.
That's not a
Like,
racist
I'm just gonna make a
statement,
factual
That's
statement.
not a racist statement, bro. That's not a racist statement.
Avoiding someone for their skin color is racist.
No, I think when you blatantly say,
If you're
he cannot
avoiding-
walk through this door in my home because he's black, then you're like, okay, that's a little racist.
What?
That's racist. That's when it's like
That's
racist.
literally along
But
the
it's
same
just-
lines as what he said.
Nah, I can avoid niggas. I avoid niggas.
No, you
And
don't.
No, you
I
don't.
No, you literally
hold on.
do
When
not.
I know what type of black people I'm around.
No,
they
you
don't.
literally do not.
They don't.
So last Saturday,
Truth is that when you go into you walk on the subway, they would be.
They don't want to be around chances. That's all he's saying, brother. Let him go, man, so we can get out of here. We're not doing no more of that.
So white people should go out of their way to avoid black people
Yes.
when they see them.
Absolutely. They would be wise.
Why?
It would be.
Wow.
Because it's a lose-lose proposition. If you're Irina Zarutska and you don't walk the other way, you get stabbed to death and you die. If you're somebody else and you walk on the subway and you stand near a black person or something, maybe it's fine. It's a lose-lose proposition. So no, I think that white people have been beaten into submission, that we're afraid to tell the truth about it. And the truth is that when you go into these major cities like New York or Chicago, I believe she was in North Carolina, there is a menace, which is young, black, adolescent men. They're extremely violent. And we have been told that we have to pretend like they are every other person. We have to be colorblind to that. And we're supposed to go and be in the midst of all this danger. And I think that at this point, it's gotten out of control. You look at the BLM movement, they said that the reason that black people, are violent, or the reason there's crime, is because of police brutality, or redlining, or all these other things. They said we need to get rid of the police. We need to defund them. And a lot of cities did. A lot of cities like Chicago, for example, the police changed the rules of engagement. They don't chase them. It's not a felony if you steal a certain amount of merchandise. They won't chase them on foot. And now the city's totally up for grabs. And now whether you're in the Gold Coast or whether you're on the Mag Mile or you're in the worst neighborhoods in the city, you might get shot, you might get mugged, someone might run up on you. And I tell my followers, it is better to be perceived as racist or racist and walk the other way and maybe keep your life than to say, I'm a good anti-racist. I don't mind that this person's making me uncomfortable. Maybe he's looking a little froggy. I'm going to sit down because I'm a good person and get stabbed, mugged, whatever. And by the way, this is a strategy. They call it the friendly stranger. There's a crew of them. They do this in Chicago. They stand outside bars, black people. They approach strangers. It's a robbery crew. And they pretend to be a friendly stranger, and then they mug them. And stupid white people say, oh, hi, yeah, nice to meet you. You know, they grin, they laugh, they put up with the nonsense, and then they get mugged, or worse. Sometimes they get executed. And so as a white person...
How do you feel about mass shootings at school?
This is the last point I'm going to let him say.
I think they're bad.
Who do you think commits the vast majority of the mass shootings?
I'm sure it's
schools?
white people.
Right. So how do you feel about that?
The reason I'm going to let this point ride, because this is every liberal, every black person I talk to about this. This is the point that they bring up.
And yes, that is very true.
We gonna see. Let's go.
A lot of black people
I think that white people do more antisocial violence. I think black people participate in more gang violence. I think that's the difference.
What's the difference to the victims?
There's no difference to the victim, but it's a different kind of crime, and it's a different proportion also. Do you know what percentage of white people are school shooters?
I know that the vast majority of mass shootings in schools in America this century were perpetrated by young white men. And I'm just...
what proportion
I'm curious. I'm curious whether your advice would be to people who have kids in these schools.
Wait, is my mic working?
What proportion? Should they avoid white people at school? Should people with the kids at school avoid young white men at school?
No.
Okay.
Do you know what per capita means? Do you know proportionality? There are more black people proportionally that engage in violent crime or are involved in gangs, especially in these major cities, than there are white people that are school shooters compared to the entire white population. And everybody understands that.
Two-thirds of mass shootings at school perpetrated by white people.
But what proportion of white men commit school shootings? That's the question.
Why he won't answer that?
Because it's a dumbass point. It's the dumbest freaking point of all time.
I want to hear him answer it.
He can't. He's not going to answer. He's not.
I just want to see him.
He's not going to answer.
60-65% of school shootings by white people.
You're telling me what proportion of school shootings are committed by white people. I'm saying what proportion of white people have committed school shootings. Are you playing dumb, or are you just not that smart?
What difference does that make to the children lying dead on the ground?
See, now you want to jump on the victims. The difference is you're asking, would you fear white people or black people? And that's the difference. The difference is
what I'm saying to you is, by your logic, if we now have agreed that the vast majority of mass shootings in schools are committed by white people and predominantly young white men, then presumably your advice would be to avoid...
Oh my, this is why this is stupid. I'm not even going to let him answer because he's not going to answer. This is why it's stupid. Pierce kids, do they go to a black or a white school? So is he going to tell them, debate Nick on these things?
Pivot in a way.
Like, also makes that, and all the problem, and the problem continues to happen, and the problem is people are dying and murdering and going to jail, and you don't address it, and it keeps...
It's all gay. It's all gay. Piers Morgan, like I said, it's 100% true. Everybody knows it's true. If you're watching, back in the day when you had that lady from the UK who was a victim of SRA, that show was amazing. Yeah, you can still find it. It's out there. It's on my YouTube. I wish I kept in touch with her. I hope she's okay. She reached out to me, which is crazy. But yeah, Piers Morgan is a boomer loser with a low IQ and a divisionist. He's divisive and does it on purpose. We know that. Crazy. No? Yeah. Let's look at this. I don't like when my vice president talks about this crap because it's straight up demonic. If you don't know, you'll know. Yesterday, I was at church during the Bible readings, and they started off on pages 66 and 67 of the Missal. And my 5-year-old went absolutely nuts, repeating 6-7 like 10 times. And now I think we need to make this narrow exception to the First Amendment and ban these numbers forever. This came out last night at 8:12 p.m. 6-7. Does anybody know what this means? Huh? Has anybody looked into this? Skrilla, have you looked into it? No, you have not. Let's take a listen.
Yo, did you hear the theory behind 6-7?
I started hearing kids.
Yo, did you hear the theory behind 6-7?
Oh, it's demonic.
It's demonic.
Yeah.
The guy that made the song.
I know he died. 6-7. I just bit right on the highway.
He does Santeria.
Skrilla, yeah.
Yeah, there's pictures of him like holding goat heads up.
Yeah.
Animals.
I'm a Santo. I do palo. I sacrifice goats, chickens, mice.
Damn, this is like real witchcraft.
Yeah, that has 6 in his, I think religion means
6 is Ogun in the song, and number 7 in Santeria represents Yemeya. He worships Ogun and Yemeya.
The theory is 6-7 is supposed to be something that we don't understand, but it conjures almost a spirit.
Why is it called 6-7?
That's just what my brain thought of when I was making the song. 6-7.
There's no like special meaning like behind it. It's just
6-7.
Another rapper made a song with 6 and 7. You know who it was? He's been known to like sacrifice. Yeah, bro. Lil Wayne. 6 foot, 7 foot, 6 foot.
Excuse my charisma.
Yo, did you hear the theory behind 6-7?
Does anybody know about this? You should. Think about it. It's real. Oh, there's no demonic music. No, it's fake. There's multiple of these. Look at all this.
This Black Friday gift cleans your retainer at the...
Fix it. I'll show you. But when we look at J.D. Vance and he's like, oh, I was in church and then my son started, or my daughter started saying 6-7. What?
Idea what they're actually saying. Fox 5's Audrey Puente is here to give us a lesson in...
Well, if you have kids, you may have noticed some new lingo.
All right, but do you have any idea what they're actually saying? Fox 5's Audrey Puente is here to give us a lesson in Gen Z slang.
I'm deeply concerned about the kids riding those electric bikes around the neighborhood yelling 6-7. No one knows what it means.
6-7. Yes.
6-7.
Hi. Like most people, when I first started seeing 6-7 in the comment section under videos, I instantly went to go look up what it meant, and after 20 minutes of searching, nothing. It would only be the next day that I discovered nobody that I knew what it meant. And a lot of people were just over it and came to the conclusion that it means nothing. Well, after you see today's video, I think you will come to the conclusion that it certainly means something, and it's a lot darker than many know. When you look into 6-7 online, you'll be told that the phrase has no inherent meaning and is largely used as a nonsensical expression by Gen Alpha and Gen Z, often accompanied by a specific hand gesture. Well, I stumbled upon a video on accident the other day where someone was claiming that the meaning behind 6-7 is a lot darker than many people know, as the true origin behind the viral internet meme 6-7 is because of a song by a well-known rapper, Skrilla.
That's what I know he died. 6-7.
And after looking into this song, I quickly found out why so many kids are drawn to this song. Considering that Skrilla includes lyrics from the popular kids song Baby Shark, even the title of the song, Doot Doot, is referring to the theme song of Baby Shark.
Doot 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 dump truck, baby shark doot doot doot.
Which makes this whole thing even more creepy because it's almost like he is intentionally luring kids into listening to this song. And once you get to know him, you will understand why that's so creepy. So this is who is behind 6-7. This is who is behind all of these kids chanting 6-7 over and over and over again. And what many would term as just internet brain rot. But in actuality, Skrilla's lyrics and music, if you would call it that,
6-7. I just bit right on the highway. Bip.
always, pull up, do, 6, 7.
Anyways, his lyrics and his music are a lot more spiritual and intentional than you would think. Whether you can understand them or not, the 6-7 song is literally a chant in summoning the spirits that he operates in. Many don't know, including myself up until around 8 months ago when we did our video on music artists casting spells on their listeners, the spiritual power of music and singing the same thing over and over and over again. Here's a clip from that video to help you better understand what I'm talking about. If you're subscribed and you've already seen it, then you can skip to the timestamp right here. Because a huge aspect to enchanting spells into this music is through mantras. A mantra is a word or a sound repeated to aid concentration in meditation, as well as a statement or slogan repeated frequently. Here is what Michael Jackson had to say about it.
Singers, when they sing songs, it's like a mantra. When you repeat a chorus over and over and over. So when a kid hears a song and he starts singing that chorus over and over and over, then you start to hear it in the alpha state into the subconscious mind. So you start to become the song or become what you're saying.
Yeah, and here's another clip expressing the intentionality when it comes to mantras in spells and magic.
When you repeat a chorus over and over again, what's happening is it's going into your subconscious mind and you are becoming whatever you are singing.
And this is why it's so important to look into the artists whose music you are listening to. Okay, so let's do that. Let's look into the artist Skrilla. A YouTuber by the name Brandon Buckingham was invited into the home of Skrilla's godfather. And inside...
Yeah, this dude, Brandon Buckingham, by the way, just suffered heart failure, liver failure, kidney failure, and now has a GoFundMe. He's going to die. We can bring that up afterward if you want to.
Get a deeper look into what Skrilla spiritually practices, what he is doing when he is away from the microphone and he's alone in his room at night.
Yo, I'm about to take y'all in my godfather crib so he can show y'all some shit with my religion.
His godfather starts off by showing us the various gods that they worship. Take a listen.
I would love to learn about, like, the religion and the background of everything.
Sure, not a problem. Follow me. This is an ancient religion. It comes from Africa.
Do you want to show him anything and just give him kind of a basic understanding of things?
Well, like I said earlier, this is Elegua, the path opener. This is the person who you come talk to when everything is going down. You speak to Elegua, you do things with Elegua. That's a goon.
That right there's a goon.
The next one is Ochosi. He's the hunter of the religion. That one is Chango, the Lord of Thunder. This is Ochu, Odudua.
How much does these figures mean to you guys?
Well, to me, they mean the world. They mean everything to me. Because I can make anything possible with them. Without them, I can't make nothing.
False altars, false gods.
And Skrilla actually credits his success to the worship of these gods.
Yeah, before I signed my deal, that's what I asked for. And we was sitting in here before I even did it, the day before I did it. 2 days before I did it, and then I made my decision of what I asked for, and then I got what I asked for.
Do you really feel like you were blessed by higher powers to be signed and all that?
I know, for sure. Facts.
Okay, and before we move on, I want to explain to you in the simplest terms possible what the Santeria religion is, because it is very difficult to research and understand what exactly the Santeria religion is. Quite like Hinduism and Buddhism, it's very complex. There's never just one god, and you'll quickly discover that every religion besides Christianity, it consists of many gods. Buddhism has a group of 12 gods, Hinduism has 33 gods, and the Santeria religion, although they claim on the surface to only believe in one god, they believe in the worship of more than 400, which are categorized under Orishas. Christianity, it's Jesus. It's just Jesus. He is the way, the truth, and the life. Very simple. Call on the name of Jesus. But here's what Skrilla worships behind the scenes in the simplest explanation possible. Santeria is a religion that started in Cuba, when people from the Yoruba tribe in West Africa were taken there as slaves hundreds of years ago. They weren't allowed to practice their traditional religion openly, so they mixed or blended their old Yoruba beliefs with Catholicism. They believe in one supreme creator called Oludumare, which they claim is kind of like God in Christianity. And you'll see that Skrilla and his godfather, that both practice the religion of Santeria, they claim to believe in Yeshua. They claim to believe in Jesus. Just a different name.
Clarify things. You guys actually believe in Jesus?
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
Different name. For us, God is Olofi, Father. The Son is Olorum.
That's like Jesus?
Yeah.
Olorum?
Olorum. And Olodumare, which is the Holy Spirit.
Yeah, same thing.
Everybody believes that Santeria is only used for doing bad and for black magic, and it's not true. We do a lot of good in this religion.
I found this so interesting, but also on top of claiming to believe in Jesus, they also believe in spiritual helpers, which again are the Orishas that I was talking about before. As Christians, we know that we have only one helper, and that's the Holy Spirit. The Santeria religion does not believe that. They believe in worshiping false gods, which as Christians we know are demonic spirits. They believe in singing, lighting candles, dancing, and praying to demonic spirits for help and guidance, and this is exactly what Skrilla does. As you can see here, Skrilla has many songs named after these demonic spirits. And sometimes you get what you ask them for.
I made my decision what I asked for, and then I got what I asked for.
And you know what else comes to mind? The second I heard the name Oshun,
this is Oshun.
I instantly remembered that video that we did on Beyonce and how she is also very involved with this false god, this demonic spirit, Oshun.
They tell me Beyonce's a witch and that we should be scared. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. She's an Ifa. So when she wears her yellow, that's Oshun. So when she wears her yellow, that's Oshun.
Yeah, and you know, we can minimize this right now and then bring this in right there with the Podesta emails performing Santeria. And we know, where was that at? But remember, it was like Hillary Clinton, Santeria. Yeah, it's not even going to come up. But yeah, you would have Hillary Clinton saying, oh, you know, I mean, we'll just start a new thing. Hillary Clinton sacrifice chicken attic. Crackpot claims. Why is it coming up then? We got to find it. And you guys know what I'm talking about. In the backyard. That's right. The email from Hillary Clinton to Sherry Mills and others in 2009 jokingly saying, with fingers crossed, the old rabbit's foot out of the box in the attic. I knew attic was in there. Look at that memory. Look at that memory. And that is from Grok. I will be sacrificing a chicken in the backyard of Moloch. It's a humorous reference to superstition for luck on Honduras diplomacy, not literally a sacrifice or connection to Moloch myths. Bullshit. Santeria. Jennifer Lopez did the exact same thing. Does anyone remember this? Can we even go back in the past and look into this? Come on, it's all erased. I could find it on Yandex if I wanted to. But Grok's even saying it.
Here's what nobody's telling you about the new bearskin hoodie. This fleece is thick.
I don't give a shit.
With my ocean energy.
And when you watch her videos now, you'll see direct, pointings to the gods that she serves.
I guess I wouldn't be very entertaining on the stage. She can do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. And
remember when she shapeshift on stage? Does anybody remember that? Or am I just crazy?
I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me. I knew that was gonna be my coming out night.
Santeria witchcraft is also deeply rooted in the belief that ancestors stay spiritually active after they die, and that they can help guide the living. We see this in a lot of Disney movies.
We've put their photos on the ofrenda so their spirits can cross over. That is very important. If we don't put them up, they can't come.
As Christians, we know that there is no contacting or talking to our dead loved ones. Unfortunately, their spirits are no longer on this earth. So when you reach out to a dead loved one or call upon them, you're actually calling upon demonic spirits. The religion of Santeria also includes rituals and ceremonies that sometimes involve animal sacrifice as an offering to the Orishas. And rapper Skrilla is very open about the fact that he does this. As you can see from these photos, he is heavily involved in animal sacrifice to the Orishas, and he does not shy away from sharing that with us all. And based on the comments that I was met with while researching for this video, which by the way took me such a long time, I really wanted to learn about this religion and I wanted to share it with you guys. But the comments from people regarding him sacrificing animals and just him being so open about the fact that he is a high priestess in this religion.
This is Skrilla. This guy's the...
How many times do I say high priestess when I'm talking about Taylor Swift, Hillary Clinton, J-Lo, Katy Perry, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there's so many. There's so many. Beyonce, yeah, that's another one. There's so many. Whoa, but it's all crazy. The clothing company Balenciaga also Balenciaga. Yeah, Balenciaga. Remember that? Also Wayfair. Look into Wayfair. Just look into Wayfair conspiracy. Do it on Yandex, though. YANDEX.com. Yandex.
Reason your kids are saying 6'7" from a song he made called Doot Doot. Skrilla is into demonic worship. He is a santero. He's into palo mayumbe.
I'm a santo. I do palo. I'm a santo.
What's that mean exactly?
Like, all that sacrificing goats and all that shit not just...
And he's hitting galaxy gas. He's hitting whippets. He's hitting whippets. That's what that can is right there. Straight up hitting whippets. Galaxy gas.
I feel like that's such real life.
You sacrificed a goat.
Sacrifice goats, chickens, mice.
It was so weird how many people were like, guys, this isn't demonic. This is his cultural religion and there's nothing demonic about it. I have 8 words for you. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. You shall have no other gods before me. You shall not make yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. You shall not bow down to them or serve them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God. Skrilla does not hide the fact that he is heavily involved in spell work.
You could put, you could put bad spirits on people too. Like you could put a person's name and like their birthday and shit like that inside the. You could put them inside the agun pot. Like you basically sending agun like metal. Like they could get shot, stabbed, something could happen to them.
So it would be something in metal that would kill them. Like,
yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's different ways you could do things. Though, like you can actually put somebody's name in your shoe and keep it or in the bottom of your sock or in your shoe, like bad shit happened to him. Like yeah.
Not to mention his lyrics, where he has stated that his whole life goal is to snatch souls.
Brody said the whole summer he just snatches souls. Damn. That's my whole life goal.
I can't help but feel like this entire last year, the Lord has really been magnifying the power of music for me. Like how spiritual music is. If you really think about it, the fact that God left us an entire book in his word that is filled with music for the Lord. God wants us to make music for him. He left us 150 songs. Clearly, that should tell us that music is very spiritual. It's a spiritual practice. God left us these songs, and the devil and his army, they have their music as well. And sometimes you can barely understand it. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't have any real spiritual weight and spiritual implications. What we listen to matters. What we sing about matters. As always, look into the artists that you tune into, but also, guys, if you don't already, make songs for Jesus. Every morning that I walk with my dog, I try to come up with a new song to sing to Jesus. And there's a lot of days that I don't want to do that, but I promise every time that I push through and I'm like, no, I am making music for the Lord, whether my flesh wants to or not. When I do that, I can't tell you how on fire it makes me for Jesus for the day. Making music for the Lord literally draws us so much closer to him. I love you guys. God bless you. I pray you enjoyed this video. I pray it was edifying and entertaining.
There you go. I hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. We learned a lot today, I feel, and I hope you enjoyed it. Big shout out to everybody who was showing love for my dad and all that kind of stuff, and I really do appreciate it. Bigly. Yeah, you have no idea. A lot of stress going on with me in my life. It seems like it never lets up at all. But I do thank you all for tuning in and hanging out. Let me go ahead and release the gold pills. If anybody wants to do the replay, you could do the replay and still drop whatever you want to on the on pill.net and help out. I just released the gold pills. We love you guys very much. Everybody on YouTube, please hit that notification bell. Please tell everybody that we're back, and come to the show. Hang out with the show. 2-hour episodes majority of the time. So get stoked on that. Tomorrow, I will be back with Brett Collins. Over the weekend, I will be with my son, so there may not be a show Friday. I do have to get my son. So there is that. I appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Remember, there's the Cash App right over there. Please do that. That is money sign. Just scan it with your phone. Download the app and help out. If everyone downloaded the app, takes 8 seconds, and then you can just help out with $1 and just keep things moving along. We would really, please do that. I would greatly appreciate it. Just scan it with your phone and then download the app. It's very easy to do, and I thank each and every one of you for doing so. Thanks everybody on Pilled, Rumble, and YouTube. Share the stream, like the stream, hit the notification bells, all that good stuff. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow with Brett Collins. So get stoked on it. And that should be just about it. We love you guys very much. Take care of yourselves. And just know, until the end, God wins. Be safe out there. We love you very much. See you tomorrow at 4 p.m.